I feel like a lot of the time, people look back on nostalgic things in a way of positivity. They look back, like for me personally, did you guys ever had those in kindergarten, whenever you had those like papers, you had like the green paper, the yellow paper, the red paper, and then the purple paper that you moved your clip down every time you did something bad. And if you got to purple, that's principal's office, bro. Or those like little cookies that you get at Walmart now for like $2, and they're like a whole tray of them for like $2, and it's like those cheap circle ones that have like the icing. I'll put a picture up on the screen. Stuff like that to me is so nostalgic. But nostalgia sucks when you really think about it, because you have like a pit in your stomach thinking like, oh, it was so much better back then. It was so much like life was so much more simple. I wish I could go back to then. But a lot of the time people overlook what they have now. People tend to look back at old memories, old friends, old family members, old versions of themselves that they can never really be again. And it's easy to let that make you sad, because deep down, you miss that person, even if you've outgrown that person. Nobody really talks about how growth can feel so much like loss. And that's such a weird, contradicting thing, because it's not just becoming someone new, it's slowly drifting from who you once were to who you are now. It's not like a huge change just happened out of nowhere. Like the habits that you have in your life, the people you hang out with, the routines you have, they all start changing. Everything changes, and parts of you want to hold on to that, even if you know it's not right for you, even if you know that you shouldn't hold on to those things. It's confusing because you can be proud of who you are now. You can be so proud of who you are now, but that nostalgic feeling, looking back on who you once were, that's what's bad. You might feel distant from people who you once knew like so well. You might not laugh the same or care about something that you used to make your life about. It can make you wonder if you're losing yourself, when really you're not. You're changing into someone that you might be meant to be. You're changing. You're evolving into somebody that your old self wouldn't even recognize. And that's okay. People make it out to be a bad thing, but it's not. Nostalgia is tricky because it makes everything in the past look perfect. Like it was all sunshine and rainbows, because it's harder to remember the bad things. Because the good things, like the really good things, is what sticks with you. And yes, you can remember bad things, but mostly it's going to be good things. Same thing with like relationships. Whenever you're getting out of like a toxic relationship, and then like you look back at that person and you only remember the good parts, and then you forget like how toxic it was. Different topic for a different day. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it. Anyways, your brain remembers good parts of things. It remembers the comfort that you used to have. It remembers the laughs you used to have with like really close people. Late nights with your friends, like staying the night with people that you used to be super close with. And it forgets the stress of those times. It forgets the confusion and the reasons that your old self, wanted to grow up from in the first place. I know I used to say like, I want to grow up so I can drive. I want to grow up so I can do all these things, and I don't want to be a small kid anymore because of all these things that I used to be able to list off, but now I can't even remember a single one. And this same thing now at 18 years old, I know I'm going to regret saying I want to grow up, because right now I'm telling myself I want to grow up. I want to be someone that doesn't have to deal with college stress, college applications, tests that I'm not going to have to worry about in the future. I want to grow up from that, and I know that in 10 years I'm going to say, why did I wish I wanted to grow up? You start missing the feeling of being there, then the reality of what you were in. And that's where people a lot of the times get stuck, missing a time that doesn't exist anymore. But the truth is, you can miss it without wanting it back. You can appreciate the good memories when knowing that the chapter in your life still had to end. The pain that you feel when you think about it that just means you cared about those times. It means those times in your life mattered because they stuck with you. You don't have to hate your old self just because you moved on from them. They were doing their best with what they knew. They made mistakes, sure, but they also survived things that you didn't think you could. And that version of you deserves credit for that. You may blame yourself for something you did in the past. You may have thought in the past that you would have never been able to move on from something, but here you are today, past it. So instead of judging your past self, try to thank them. They walked so you could keep on moving throughout your life. One more thing is, outgrowing yourself doesn't mean you have to forget who you were. You don't have to paint a new picture in your life. You don't have to forget everything that happened just because that's not who you are anymore. As much as I want to forget my old YouTube videos, I can't just pretend that those didn't happen. Sometimes growth feels so lonely because you're in a weird in-between phase. Not who you were, not yet who you are becoming. But that's how you figure out who you really were. And eventually that loneliness turns into peace. You start realizing that the new version of you isn't missing anything. They're just becoming more complete, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's perfectly okay to outgrow your old self. It's okay to miss them too. It's okay to miss who you were in the past, but not to the point where it drives you crazy. You can feel nostalgic and still be okay with moving on. That version of you got you here, but they don't have to come in everywhere that you go. Because it's weird and kind of trippy to think about, but the times that you're living in right now, in 20 years you're going to feel nostalgic for. You're going to think oh, I wish during that time I did this. During that time I wish I knew this. I wish I could go back to that time. But you are in this time right now. So do something about it. Live your life the way that you can make the best of it. Don't let your nostalgic self that you think of, don't let your past self cling on to you and have that much of an effect on you, because maybe the person that you are becoming right now is exactly who you are meant to be. That person got you to this point, but through slow changes in your life, you need to carry the torch, if that makes sense. Alright, that's about it for the video. Probably a shorter video today after I edit it down. I didn't really say that much, but hopefully you guys learned something from that. Let me know what videos you guys want to see next. I have a bunch of ideas. I've been having polls go through in my channel's poll section that nobody goes through for different video ideas. If you have your own video idea, drop it in the comments. I really am a small channel, guys. Liking or subscribing. If you made it all the way through to the end of this video, that's awesome in the first place. But if you really liked the video, I would really appreciate it if you, hit the button, the little like button down there. If you hit the subscribe, because I'm a tiny channel. I have 200 subscribers. I would benefit so much from that because it pushes my videos out more and more, and it keeps me from being demotivated, if that makes sense. I've been gone on this camp for 6 days also. I meant to tell you guys this. I've been gone for a week, so that's why I haven't really been posting any shorts. If you're one of the 6 returning viewers that watches my videos. But yeah, that's where I've been. Hopefully I can get back in posting more shorts, but I will constantly stick to my weekend plan of posting Saturdays and Sundays, no matter what, because I have so many scheduled and backed up videos. So don't worry, 3 o'clock, Saturdays and Sundays, I'm there. I'll stop my yapping. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Videos will be popping up somewhere around here. Have a great day, everybody. Click this one. YouTube wants you to watch that one. Click it. Alright, have a good day, guys.